Hello everyone and welcome to Cinderful Gaming. In today's video we're going to look at getting started with the Kharadron Overlords in Warhammer Age of Sigmar using the faction Spearhead box set as the starting point for our force. Today's video is sponsored by Gap Games, a fantastic miniature wargaming store in Queensland, Australia. They stock a wide variety of miniature wargames from all things Games Workshop to some of my personal favourites, Conquest, The Last Argument of Kings, and all things Modifius wargames as well. Use our affiliate code in the link below to help support both this fantastic store and the channel as well. And so, leading the box set is an Arkanaut Admiral. This fairly solid Dwarden hero with 6 health, 3+ save, is got a short range shooting attack with 3 attacks, hitting and wounding on 3s with rend 1 damage 2 and the shooting combat ability, and also has a nice damage 3 weapon in combat. He's always take what you are owed to boost the power of your Arkanaut Company at gaining objectives with the ability to give them plus D6 to their objectives control score. And once per battle he can also make a friendly sky vessel nearby, add 1 to all of its ranged attack weapons for the rest of the turn. Once per battle during the deployment phase as well, this unit can use the ability Admiral's Flagship. You pick a frigate or ironclad in your regiment of your Admiral to be the target, and you can pick a unit that's in reserve as well if you want to. For the rest of the bottle, each time that target uses all that attack command, while the unit's hold within 12 inch, you don't actually have to spend command points, so a little bit of way to get some extra bonus hitting power on your flagship there. Now, other than that, he is, like I said, fairly solid. He's got control score of 2, which we expect for these foot heroes, and movement of 4 as well, what we expect for Dwarden. Next up, we have a unit of 10 Arkanaut Company in the box set, and these come with a variety of different weapons. The vast majority of them are going to be armed with privateer pistols and Arkanaut hand weapons. These are short-range shooting attacks and a close combat weapon. But you can also have the champion in there as well for an extra attack, and 1 in 10 models can have a volley gun, which is a very high amount of shot weapon. You've got light skyhook, which is a nice anti-monster weapon, and you've also got your skypike as well, which actually is a crit mortal close combat weapon, giving them a little bit of combat potential. Not much, a little bit. The big thing though is Glory Seekers, a passive ability where they simply add 1 to hit rolls for their attacks if they target an enemy unit that's contesting an objective. Next we have our airship, the Arkanaut Frigate, and this is the medium-sized Kharadron Overlords airship. It's got quite a few weapons with its A-for-shot carbines, and also the option of either a heavy sky cannon or heavy skyhook. Now, your A-for-shot carbines will put out 4 attacks between them. They've got the shooting combat ability, and then really the heavy sky cannon is going to be a much more consistent damage of D3 plus 1. But then you've got the heavy skyhook as well, which is anti-monster. Doesn't wound on the 2+ like the sky cannon. On a 3+, but does have anti-monster plus 1 rend to go for 3 rend, but it is damage D6, so a bit more swingy there. Now you do have transport capacity with this model, able to transport Kharadron Overlords around the table, and can transport up to 2 friendly Kharadron Overlords infantry unit with a combined model count of up to 12. Now the assault boat rule as well means this unit can use this ability in the combat phase. If it has used a run or retreat ability this turn, you pick a number of units that are transported, hold within 6 that are not in combat, and then they can make charge rolls as well. Now we then have battle damage, where this model will take damage during the game and it will get weaker as it's on its sort of last few wounds. And the medium bomb racks as well allow it to inflict some mortal damage on a unit that it passes over that doesn't have the fly keyword. Lastly, we have our Endrinriggers. These models, like the Arkanaut Company, have a variety of different weapon options. They can take their athematic swords, which are a pretty decent combat weapon of rend 2 damage D3 with 3 attacks each. But they can also take some different guns on them. They all come standard with rapid fire rivet guns, which are nice 3 shots each at rend 1 damage 1 and shooting combat. They can also take an athematic volley gun for a lot of extra shots, or go for the Endrinrigger heavy weapon, which is an anti-monster shooting attack. Their ability, Emergency Field Repairs, does allow them to heal some of your friendly sky vessels, your airships during the game as well, which is really the big reason you're going to be taking them. And so where to next? But of course, Grundstock Thunderers. These guys are your shooting unit that is going to be putting out the most amount of shots with some really decent weaponry at range. Aether shot rifles, 2 attacks each at round 1 damage 1 are the main weapon, but you do have the option for taking fumigators and deck sweepers, which provide you with lots of anti-infantry shooting combat ability, or you've got the Grundstock mortars and Aether cannons, which are going to allow them to make some more heavy damage attacks. Now, you've got, like I said, that option of taking these different weapons. The champion can't replace his Aether shot rifle, but 2 and 5 models can both have those fumigators of deck sweepers or mortars and Aether cannons. So you can have a fumigator, deck sweeper, mortar, and Aether cannon if you want. Hold this position is an ability they have for the shooting phase, where if this unit's not used a move ability and was not set up this turn, then it just gains shooting combat for all of its ranged attacks, which is really, really nice, stopping your enemy being able to pin them with a unit, as it'll just blast them off the table anyway. And so our army today is going to be Kharadron Overlords, and we've gone for the Iron Sky Attack Squadron as our battle formation. Now this will only affect our singular Sky Vessel, but seeing as that Sky Vessel is so many points, I think it's important to keep that model alive, and the effect meticulously maintained, it means we ignore the first damage point this Sky Vessel would be allocated each and every phase. Now moving on to our one and only regiment for the force, our Arkanaut Admiral is going to be leading it, of course. He's our general, and we've got the heroic trait of Endrinriggers, where we can add 2 to range attack weapons made by friendly Kharadron Overlords infantry while they hold within 12 inches of this unit. Pretty solid. And then we've also gone for giving him the artifact of power, which is going to be the Celestium Burst Grenade, which can actually turn off the ward rolls of a unit once per battle. Now, other than that, units in his regiment, we have our Arkanaut Company, the Arkanaut Frigate, and Endrinriggers, and a reinforced unit of Grundstock Thunderers. We hope this video was helpful in getting you started with Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and it was able to give you some ideas and inspiration to start your own force in the game. If you have any other questions at all, please comment down below, and while you're there, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and join our Discord server to check out all our future Warhammer Age of Sigmar content.